All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to forget everything you think you know about magic users. Seriously, no fireballs, no summoning circles, none of that. The character we're talking about today, he doesn't just play with the rules of the world, he rewrites the source code of what it means to be. So let me ask you this, right? What if your enemy's weapon wasn't a sword or a spell, but existence itself? How do you even begin to fight that? It's a seriously trippy idea, and it's exactly what makes this Jester one of the most terrifying concepts out there. And this is the key difference, you see. On one side, you've got your standard magic. It works inside the rules of the universe. But the Jester, his thing is called ontological manipulation. It's a whole other level. He's not just playing the game, he's hacking the game's code. He's not casting spells, he's literally editing reality. So, here's what we're going to cover today in this explainer. We'll look at how he messes with your head, how he literally rewrites the world around you, how he can take apart the idea of a self. And then we'll get to his final, jaw-dropping move. All right, first on the list, Shadow Necromancy. And yeah, just from the name, you can tell this isn't your average raise the skeletons kind of deal. This has nothing to do with corpses. It's all about weaponizing failure and regret. It's psychological warfare at its absolute most brutal. So let's be super clear here. He's not bringing back dead bodies. He's bringing back dead dreams. He summons the heavy, crushing weight of a hero's unfulfilled ambitions, all the things they had to push down and forget to become the good guy. This isn't just some spooky spell, it's a precision-guided missile aimed right at their identity. And here's how it works step by step. He conjures up these ghosts of what could have been, and suddenly the hero is staring their own repressed self right in the face. And what happens? They just shut down. Complete psychological breakdown. They're paralyzed because they're hit with the horrifying thought that their entire heroic persona is just a paper-thin mask. But messing with someone's mind? That's just the appetizer. Now, the Jester shifts from your inner world to the outer one. He calls it the runic veil of Maya. And with this, he basically sees the entire physical world as a movie script, a script that he can edit whenever he feels like it. So imagine reality is like a giant piece of fabric. The Jester sees the individual threads, these runes of creation and destruction. So to him, a sword isn't a solid object. No way. It's just a pattern, a temporary bit of code that he can easily unravel to show the raw, messy chaos that's always hiding right underneath. And he's got two fonts for his reality editing, so to speak. First is the gold script. This one builds things up. It creates these perfect illusions of power and wealth, a beautiful cage made of your own desires. Then there's the verdant script. This is for tearing things down. He can touch a sword and it just turns to rust, pulling back that curtain to show the ugly truth of decay underneath. Okay, buckle up. We're about to go deep because this is where things get really, really wild. We're talking some heavy philosophy here, based on a guy named Fichte. This is way beyond just tricks of the mind or changing objects. This is about taking the very idea of a self and pulling it apart, thread by thread. He basically weaponizes three core ideas of what it means to be you. There's the I, that's you. Then there's the not I, that's literally everything else in the universe. And then there's the synthesis, which is the line drawn between the two. Now let's see how he turns each one into an insane weapon. So principle number one is his ultimate defense. It's the absolute I. Think of it this way. Because the Jester decides who he is, he's totally immune to what you think he is. You can call him a villain, a monster, whatever. It just slides right off him. Your definitions have zero power, which means your attacks based on those definitions, they do absolutely nothing. And this quote just nails it. He doesn't exist because some god made him or because of physics. He exists because he decides to exist. Period. How do you even fight that? It makes him, conceptually untouchable. Okay, so that's his defense. Now what's his offense? That's the second principle, the not I. This is his ultimate attack on who you are. He takes everything that makes you you, and he forces it to stare into its absolute opposite, the not I. He basically makes you look into the abyss, into the void of everything you're not. And the result is just devastating. It's not like getting stabbed. It's like having your soul unplugged from your body. Suddenly, your own arm feels like it belongs to a stranger. You try to swing your sword, but the command gets lost. Why? Because the Jester just snipped the wire connecting your eye to your body.
And that brings us to the final, most mind-bending part, the synthesis. This is where he plays with the border. You know that line between me and the rest of the world? The Jester can just pick up that line and redraw it anywhere he wants. He gets to decide what is him and what is not him in any given moment.
And look at how he uses this in a fight. It's insane. One second he'll make himself seem small and weak to bait you in. The next, he synthesizes with the ground itself, and you literally can't move him. He could even blur himself into the background, so you can't tell where the Jester ends and the forest begins. He can even do it to you, splitting you in half so you're trapped between your own ego and just dissolving into nothing. So what happens when he combines all of this? When all these pieces come together? Well, that's when you get his final move, the ultimate technique. It's called the Laugh of the Wille-Narr. I mean, just look at this. It's everything. He takes the shadow necromancy, your past. He takes the runic veil, the present. And he takes the triadic principles, the very structure of you. It's not just an attack, it's an assault on every single aspect of a person's being, all at once. And this is the final blow. It's not a weapon, it's a word. He speaks the true name of your deepest ambition, the one thing your entire life is built on, and the moment he says it, your eye just shatters into a million pieces. He doesn't kill you, he deletes you. And this line, man, it gives me chills. Your whole identity, your achievements, your sense of self, it was never real. It was just a temporary deal, a limited synthesis. And the Jester just showed up to tell you, your subscription has expired. Game over. So it leaves you with this one last, pretty unsettling question, doesn't it? If you are defined by your limits, by what you are and what you aren't, what happens when someone else gets to decide where those limits are? Who are you then?